Today, we're going to look at the 5 things that make your online meetings and presentations feel more like real life so your message is received the way it was intended. Full disclosure, because integrity is one of our pillars, I do have a team. I have a crew. So just let's meet them. You don't need to spend a lot of money or time on this. What you see here is a fairly ridiculous setup because this is our business. I speak, I'm a storyteller. I've done over 500 keynotes, hundreds of training sessions, presentations, webinars, live streams, hundreds of episodes of our show, The Unpodcast. But just keep in mind, at Unmarketing, we focus on what's right for you and your business, not necessarily what is new or considered trendy. I don't even know what... Is this the new version of the Viewmaster? Oh, my... Is this the future? I can't see anything. Tip number 1, check the room. First, let's start with the room you're in. A few important things to think about are lighting, privacy, and room size. Where you're recording is as important as what you're recording with. I'm recording this in our basement, which is great for some sound reasons. For example, it's far away from the epicenter of the house, the front door and the main stairs. Less visual distractions, and if the doorbell rings and the dogs go bananas, at least it's not directly into the mic. The drawback of down here is the open concept. It looks great, but it's bad for sound. These studio mics are greatly compensate for that. Another important part of room choice is lighting. Playing with lighting and camera angles and backgrounds and colors for your clothes are good ways to test out which look works for you. I've recorded about a gazillion tests to see what I like best. There isn't there isn't a right look here. It's about figuring out what you feel comfortable in, what makes you feel most confident, and where you want to share your content. Don't get hung up if you don't have a ton of space. Look for a corner or a wall that you could set up for your online video or chats and make it your own. If you're mostly using Zoom, they have custom backgrounds, which are awesome if you don't want to show your space or clean your room or both. Down here, there isn't a lot of natural light. I mostly block out using cardboard since time of day or clouds can all change the look of your shot, and then it's not consistent, so it's a bit of an issue. Natural light can be a glorious thing, and if that's your main light source, try to keep it in front or to the side instead of directly behind you. We have a ring light and a table lamp with a warm bulb, which I added when I was doing my tests. You can also use lighting for emphasis, like how sometimes I play around with black and white. Number 2, look into their eyes. When you're meeting with someone in person and they're looking down at their phone, do you feel they're actively engaged in listening? Why is the stock footage of just young people ignoring each other? Haven't we done enough? Spice it up a bit. Let's get dramatic. There we go. Now, how about a Zoom meeting with a dozen people all looking elsewhere? The thing is, we do it as speakers as well. In a virtual meeting, the speaker tends to look around at other squares rather than look into the camera. You feel like you're talking to them, but all they see is you looking down or over instead of at them. Look into the camera while speaking. It does 3 things. Makes the attendees feel you're looking at them, keeps you from being distracted from looking at them, and it stops you from just looking at yourself. Your eyes should look at the eye of the camera to look at everyone's eyes. What was that? What is the eye of the eye of the... That's creepy. It's just weird. It's too deep. We're not supposed to see ourselves, period. I'm not talking about virtual meetings. I mean in life. If you had a live video feed of your face at all times, self-conscious would be an understatement. On Zoom, you can choose in settings, hide self-view, which allows you to not see yourself while keeping your video feed on for others. Regardless, keep in mind, most people are looking at themselves while listening or at the stuff in the background of your show. If you really want to be an active listener for someone else, look into the camera while they're speaking. It's counterintuitive and takes practice, but it'll help have a better virtual connection to the person watching. And if you need the reminder, just create a handy-dandy sign that says, look here, and put it under the camera or to the side. Then you want to write it the right way. Which leads us to the camera placement itself. This costs you nothing to improve and makes a big difference. Most importantly, the camera should be fixed at eye level. This is easier to do with a computer monitor already at the right height, harder with a laptop or a phone. For a laptop, try to stack something underneath, like large books. A foot or so can make a world of difference for not only the viewer, but will also make your parents happy because it's better for your posture. Thanks, Mom. Today, most phones have a fantastic camera already built in them, which is great. The problem is we we hold them. And that doesn't usually lead to a consistent look or sound. If you can grab an expensive mini tripod like this GorillaPod, not only does it make it stationary, but it gives you more placement options instead of just placing something against a wall. If you want a recommendation on a webcam, most of the Logitech ones are fantastic and give you more freedom to adjust settings. This one here is the C920 from Logitech. If you grab one, they really can show you a nice HD feel where you can control a lot of the settings. Number 3 is sound, and it's so incredibly important because it's sound. It's sound. Yes, even in video. Actually, more important than the video itself. Don't make the mistake of ignoring the sound in yours. Good, consistent audio ensures attendees won't be distracted by irritating sounds and keep them focused on you. Good audio can be captured and repurposed for podcasting or used as a voiceover for images, especially handy if you don't like being on camera yourself. Strong audio is better for auto transcription and closed captioning. Also, a lot of people have the meeting on in the background, as they say, while they do other things or listen with headphones, putting the sound right into their ear. I'll show you 2 scenarios and you could tell me which you could consume longer. I'm going to switch the microphone here. This is good camera with good sound. Good camera, bad audio. Now, how long could you listen to this when the view is good? Now, this one here is a fancy one called the Shure SM7B. It's one of the popular ones that vocalists and studios use. They have a high price tag, but if your business is talking, it's a worthwhile investment, but brings you down a rabbit hole of cords and preamps and audio interfaces. But wow, it's worth it. Consumer microphones are more user-friendly and run via USB, so you don't need extra equipment or software usually. Blue is the most popular one, and for good reason. They have different levels and price points to choose from. This one here is the Blue from Yeti. I'm going to switch the audio source now, so I'm talking about the mic through the mic. As you can hear, it's not as good as the Shure, but it's good. Problem is you can hear the echo in the room, but it's certainly better than just the computer microphone built in. The nice thing about these are they're 100 times easier to deal with. Plug in the USB and start talking. Blue has a few different types, the most common being this Yeti one and the Snowball. I've used them both and they never fail. The nice thing about the Yeti is you can move the gain up and down depending on how much you're trying to pull in with the sound. Plus, there's a mute button, and also there's a port for your headphones. Think about sound, the closer to your mouth the microphone can be, the better. But if your laptop is down sitting on a table, your voice is farther away from the microphone pickup. Well, as long as you got a USB cord that can extend out, what you can hear and what you say will be at the same level and distance. If you're not in the market to buy one and they aren't available, another choice would be the headphones you already use. Depending on the make and model, some of them have a really decent microphone, mostly because they're really close to your mouth. This isn't to say you can't use a built-in microphone on your computer or laptop or webcam, but those are usually add-ons and not the main purpose of the camera. Fourth, you have to mind the connection. A lot of people are familiar with download speeds because of Netflix and everything else, but we don't usually talk about upload speeds. Talking to each other on video in real time takes a lot of data. It's important to keep your internet tubes as open as possible. Is that the correct term? Is it internet tubes? Tubes get clogged. Oh, it's gremlins. What I do when I have an important meeting or talk is we turn off the Wi-Fi in the house and I'm hardwired with an Ethernet connection. I also turn off all the other programs running on my computer and suggest you do the same. You want to reboot your computer and the router beforehand as well. Also, if you have your phone nearby, turn it off so it doesn't make this sound. It's gremlins. The gremlins jumping from your phone to the microphone. Last, you've got to get in the reps. You might think I just hopped on here and ran with it, but that's not true. There's no just in most things in business. Practice, watch, get feedback from people you trust. Consider a group of your colleagues or friends to practice online together, and no matter the mistake, keep at it. You will improve. So let's review. Check the room, place the camera, sound check, mind the connection, and get in your reps. If you like this video, please go to unnewsletter.com and sign up for our newsletter, which is the unnewsletter, because our company's unmarketing and unbranding, unselling, and it's unnewsletter. No, it's still a newsletter. Why do we? Because it's we everything. Why would you say unremarkable? Why would you use that? I get the joke. Stories of disruption, case studies, thoughts, interviews, using the pillars of integrity, authenticity, and community. And remember, be kind and patient with yourself. Practice. And always do some kind of awkward wave when the meeting is over. Okay, bye. Good to, I don't know, how do we end this? Yeah, it's over. No, I don't think anybody was watching. That doesn't matter.